All right, so we're going to be ranking basically every superpower in a tier list. There are a lot of superpowers here, so I'm going to see if I can get to all these. A lot of these, I don't even know what they are. There's also a rank for what is this? So if we don't know what something is, it's going to have to go into the what is this category. Um, but we're looking at God tier, fantastic, pretty cool, all right, bad. I do not want this. This will be for the stuff that I don't want this superpower. And let's just get right into it here. The first one we have, this is a godly charisma. Now, godly charisma. This actually might go to God tier because this is pretty much you can just manipulate people. You can convince them of anything. I think this is just the power of persuasion. Like imagine you get pulled over for a DUI, you just talk your way out of it. Or if you're a lawyer, having godly charisma, I mean, that's that's just the key to win every single case that you're ever going to get. So God tier, easily God tier, I think. Power copying. Yeah, you can also see who voted for what so far. Everyone's putting this into God tier. I think this just means you can copy other people's powers. This also assumes that other people have superpowers, so you can copy them. But if you're the only one with superpowers and you're copying other people's powers, um, then you technically have no powers. But if you're copying people's powers, I mean that's pretty goated, and that's really, really OP. Um, So this depends. This actually depends. Like if you're able to copy powers, or no, it depends if like people have superpowers too. If you're the only one with superpowers, then this is kind of like pointless. But if you're talking about everyday stuff, like let's say you're the only one with superpowers, right? But you want to copy Usain Bolt. Now you can run as fast as anybody. So I don't know. This is pretty good. But we're gonna put this into fantastic tier. I don't think it's God tier. Technomancy. I don't know what technomancy is. It sounds pretty cool, but I don't know what that is. I think we're gonna put that into what is this because it's like a person connected to a TV. I don't know what that is, so I think we're gonna put that in what is this? Elemental mimicry. Oh my. All right. There's gonna be way too many of these that I'm gonna have to put into the what is this category because what is elemental mimicry? If I Google search all of these, going through. There's a lot. That this is going to take way too long. So I think might have to put this into what is this? It's a guy on fire. I don't know what that is. Force manipulation. So like using the force, like from Star Wars. Yeah, I think that's easily God tier. Wait, hold on. Using the force. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna put that into fantastic tier actually. Omnilingualism. This is being a polyglot. So if you can speak every single language, you can communicate with everybody. I wouldn't say that's actually God tier. I mean, maybe power copying is kind of covers that as well. Maybe godly charisma also kind of covers this as well. So speaking every single language in the world, I think that's pretty cool. That's a strong superpower. Necromancy. What is necromancy? I feel like I should know what that is. Is that you can like this one I'll Google. This one I will Google. Hold on. What is that? Sorcery, black magic, community with spirits of the dead. So talking to dead people? You know what? I don't want this. I don't know. If you've seen The Sixth Sense, you probably don't want this power. So yeah, we'll put this in a I do not want this. Density control. What? It's a person and it's an arrow to the same person. So it's almost like spot the difference. I think these are the same exact icon. Density control? What? You can control how dense you are? I guess if you're a diver, that could work, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna put that into what is this? Or you know what? I don't want that. That's stupid. Omnipresence? Yo, everyone's putting that into God tier. Hold on, omnipresence. What is that? Come on. Just give me the AI answer. There we go. Presence in every place at the same time, unbounded or universal presence, ubiquity, be all places all the time. Oh, that sounds really OP. It's pretty much God mode. So, yeah, we could put that in a God tier. I don't want to put everything in the God tier though. We haven't had anything into all right or bad yet. So, I'm thinking yeah, we could put that into fantastic because that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Omniscience? I'm done Googling all these. I don't know what that is. Elasticity. So basically you become Elastigirl. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I could reach something from like all the way across the room, but I mean, how cool is that really? I think that's all right. If done correctly, it's very, very powerful. But I'll put that into the all right tier. Fire breathing. I mean, that would be a pretty sweet party trick. Fire breathing, I don't see it being that useful in everyday life. Um, so yeah, that's also all right. It's not a bad superpower. I'm trying to anticipate like to put some stuff into bad. I want to have an equal distribution here. It would be cool to breathe fire. I think that'd just be all right though. Yeah. Clairvoyance. Is this like seeing the future? Because if so, I would use this power and pull up to the casino and just clear the house out. Before I get banned, of course. But yeah, clairvoyance I think is fantastic tier. Maybe God tier. Put that in the gender control. Does that mean I can control other people's gender? Or I mean, it's a pretty cool power, but like, what would I use that for? I guess you could use this if you go to Thailand and if you meet someone who's like a lady boy and you want them to be a real lady, you can control that. But I would put this into bad. This is pretty bad power. Pyrokinesis, so you can make fire with your hands. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like if you're camping, you could just make a fire just like that. This is a very, very cool power. I put this into pretty cool. That's easy. Cryonesis, so freezing stuff. So basically Frozone. And Frozone, he is a high tier character for the Incredibles. But just freezing stuff is like it's all right. It's not crazy. Hydrokinesis. Oh, so just water control. Sure, that's okay. I'm gonna put that under bad. Like you're a water bender. All right, you're an earth bender now. Earth bending, I think, is better than water bending. Or actually, maybe not because the earth is 70% water. I could put that into all right. That does sound kind of cool. Air bending. Yeah, air bending I think could be fantastic because that's really good. Like actually, yeah, imagine if you're sailing, you can control the wind. Like you don't need a powered boat, just sailboat, and that'll get you anywhere if you can airbend. Or if it's just a windy day and you don't want it to be windy, sure, fantastic. Electric. This is Static Shock. Um, that was a really cool show, and I think electrokinesis. I mean, that could be a pretty cool power. Um, Electrokinesis. So you can control electricity. I guess you'll never need to charge your phone ever. You might need to never pay for electricity. I think that's actually fantastic. Yeah. Chlorokinesis. Is that controlling plants? I think that's pretty bad. Like you can't control plant unless like you control a tree, like pick something up. That's gonna have to be bad. Magnet power. Um, that's kind of the same as the electric one, but like it just sounds less cool. So we'll put that all right. Light manipulation. Uh, that could come in handy during like daylight savings time, I think. Controlling lights, like you could just turn the lights on and off. I mean, it's okay. Or, I mean, I don't know. What if you're getting pulled over and you can control the police lights so they turn off and then you don't get pulled over? That sounds pretty cool to me. Super strength. Okay, yeah, this is a classic power. Mr. Incredible. Superman. So many people had super strength. You can't really go wrong with super strength. It's not really a god tier, but definitely fantastic because you can do a lot with that. Yeah, fantastic. Dark manipulation. Um, these are getting just so specific now, but you can control the dark. I guess pretty cool. I don't know. I think that's all right. Telepathy. Yeah, that is cool. I think that's fantastic. That's really powerful. Telekinesis is crazy. Yeah, this is Matilda's power. But if you just had full control over it, this is easily God tier. Easily God tier. You could do so much with telekinesis. You probably can't be stopped. Mind control. Again, yeah. It's kind of like godly charisma. Everyone's putting that into God tier. I think that's very valid. Easy God tier for that one. Precognition. So you can predict the future, I guess. Again, I'm going fantastic for this. Enhanced intellect. Again, yeah, fantastic. Psych psychometry. So you're like a genie, I think. I guess that could go into the pretty cool tier. I actually don't even know what this is. You can control squiggly lines in a. You're basically a genie. That's cool. Illusion. Nah, I don't know. That sounds kind of bad. Astral projection. I don't know what that is. Skip. Dream manipulation. If you already know how to lucid dream, that is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Dream manipulation? It's all right. It's kind of bad. It's not super useful. Let's put that into yeah, bad. Super speed. Yeah, easy. You're basically A train. Got here. Emotion control. Yeah, this one could be good. This one could be good for all the guys in toxic relationships, definitely. But other than that, what else are you using emotion control for? I think it's all right. Energy blast. So like I don't know, Dragon Ball Z type of thing. Pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, pretty good. Absorption. I don't want to absorb shit. That sounds bad. I actually no. I do not want absorption. No. Reality warping. If that just means that you can just like control reality as if like you have like world edit, god tier, easy. Yeah, time manipulation. Like if there was a tier above god tier, time manipulation might be the best one because pause time, fast forward, rewind time would be just actually, yeah, no, god tier. I don't even think I really need to talk about that one too much. Because with time manipulation, you would be able to go to the casino. If you lose a hand in blackjack, you can just go back in time and then win. So I think, yeah, time manipulation is perfect. Or how about this? Go back to 2011 and you invest in Bitcoin. Um, that would be perfect. Yeah. Dimension travel. I don't know why people are putting this into God tier. Um, I think, yeah, it's good, but what are you gonna do? Travel to the second dimension, travel to the fourth dimension, whatever that is. So pretty cool. Yeah. Luck control, God tier. Love gambling. Gravity control. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool if you can control gravity for specific objects and yourself. But if it was overall gravity, then that would definitely move it down the list. So I would put that into pretty cool. Sound control? That sounds pretty bad. What are you going to control? Sound? You can control people's like uh alarm clock? I don't know. Come on. I put that into bad. Yeah, I did. Radiation control. I don't even know what you would do with this. Radiation control. What am I controlling? What radiation is there? I think I'm gonna put that under do not. I don't want this. Invulnerability. Yeah, I mean, God tier. It's basically having. I was gonna say no clip, but it's not really no clip. If no clip is on this list, then God tier easily. But yeah, invulnerability. You just like you can't die. You can't be hurt. Cosmic awareness. I don't know what this is. Cosmic awareness. What would cosmic awareness be like? Knowing about the stars? I think that's all right. Portal creation. Yeah, if it's anything like Portal or Portal 2, yeah, I think that's fantastic. That's pretty great. I mean, these are better. This is better because this is so versatile, but Portal creation is fantastic. Teleporting, yeah, God tier. Easy. Invisibility, being invisible, I think is God tier. Um, you could do a lot with that. You can do so much with invisibility. You can just walk in anywhere and no one will see you. You can Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, you could do a lot of stuff with that. That's cool. Intangibility. Oh, so this is no clip. You can walk through walls with this. You could probably go, well, I guess you can't fly, but if you can walk through walls or you can't be touched, like imagine like you're going to get arrested and they're going to try to cuff you, but hey, you're intangible. So that's fantastic right there. Size manipulation. This one is pretty cool. I guess you're like Ant-Man, right? You can shrink down, but if you have size manipulation, you can get big and get small. Or what if you could manipulate different uh, certain body parts you can make bigger? That would be pretty cool. So I'm gonna put this at pretty cool. Camouflage. Yeah, just blending in your base. This is kind of like being invisible, but you just camouflage to everything. So I would say this is kind of the same as invisibility, except maybe just like a little bit less cool because you're camouflaged. I don't know. How is this different than invisibility? I think it's the same. It just sounds less cool. So we can put this into all right tier. Duplication. Bad. Like, why would I want to duplicate myself? I don't know. Flight. Yeah, God tier. Being able to fly is yeah, easily God tier. Especially like if you're not afraid of heights. If it includes with like you're not afraid of like falling in heights, then yeah, I think flight is easy God tier. Winged flight, I think it's not like I would say no, but do the wings go away? Like do I just permanently have wings? Because flight is up here, I don't want winged flight. I don't want wings. Enhanced agility. This would have come in handy back a long time ago, so I can like probably like get to the NBA or go to the NFL, just being super like agility. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Or you could do parkour. So that's all right. Animal communication. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Um, Talking with animals. You can talk with your dog. You can talk with like any animal, but like that doesn't mean they're gonna listen to you. You're not controlling animals. It's okay. It's all right. It could be bad. Compared to everything else on this list, this is bad. Communicating with animals, we don't need that. Superhuman sense. This would be sensing stuff. If you're able to just like if you can see things through walls, I guess you can hear stuff that's across the world. If especially if you can turn it on and off. Um, I think it's all right. Sure, you can sense stuff, but what are you gonna do with all that information? That just sounds kind of like that sounds like a little overwhelming. At that point, I don't know. At that point, maybe bad. This is a kind of a bad superpower. Unless you're like you like to snoop on people, but go location. Like I always wanted to be a bat. I think bad. Animal summoning. Yeah, this actually might be God tier. Not everyone's putting it into God tier. This is actually going into pretty cool. But if you can summon animals, imagine you can summon a swarm of bees on your enemies, or you can summon like a swarm of ants if your car is stuck. You can get your car unstuck because ants have super strength. Or if you're hiking in the woods, you can summon the wolves and they'll protect you because you summon them. I think this actually could go to fantastic. Because it won't work if there's no animals around. Like if you're like, I guess like inside somewhere, like there's no animals to summon. So or you could summon them and to bring them inside. You can summon a whole bunch of birds and have them fly you. Like you'll never have to pay for an Uber. I think that's pretty fantastic. Super jump. Yeah, guys, my super ability is I can jump really high. Yeah, if I got this one out of the entire list, I would say that's bad. Like, what would I do? I hope this includes you can land without getting injured. So we'll put that into bad. Wall crawling, bad. Like, why? Super breath. I mean, air bending is better, so I think bad. Water breathing, pretty cool. That's easy, pretty cool. It would be really cool to you go to the beach, you're at the pool, and if you can hold your breath the longest, I mean, yeah, I think yeah, pretty cool. It's not super OP, but like that is a good power. Self sustenance. Oh, so this is like you don't need to drink water, you don't need to eat. You're just gonna like you just survive all the time. You're always okay. You don't need anything. Like you sustain your own body. I think that's God tier. You're pretty much unkillable. But what if you really, really want to like have McDonald's? I think it could be fantastic. This actually might be a blessing and a curse. I'm gonna knock it down to pretty cool because it is pretty cool, but that actually it might come with a lot of cons, a lot of pros, but might not be the best. Toxin immunity. Oh yeah, I can never be poisoned. Uh, it's okay. Well, this includes alcohol because alcohol is a toxin. So if this means that you can never get drunk, this would be bad. But if it means you never get hungover, then this is really good. This could lead to some bad stuff though. All right, it's all right. Enhanced stamina, so you can just run forever, or you just have a lot of stamina, endurance. That is, I'm trying to think. Enhanced stamina. It's just enhanced. It's not unlimited. You could just train for this too. Like marathon runners already have this built in. So we could put this into the all right. I think, yeah, it's mid tier. This is mid. Pain suppression. I did look at this. Yeah, I do not. Most people don't want pain suppression, so you never feel pain. The problem is if you never feel pain, then you will get yourself probably really injured without ever knowing it. I think, yeah, I think it's safe to say that I don't want that. Adrenaline control. So you can control the adrenaline in your body. That's bad. That's not good. Body manipulation. If this means I can shapeshift, then God tier. But if it means I can just like grow an extra arm or whatever this picture is, then like bad. So I don't know. God tier is easy, but like it depends on the details. So I'll put it to fantastic. Acid creation. I can create acid. That is bad. That is so bad. Oh, did I put that into bad or all right? Yeah, I'd put it into bad. Hyper awareness. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Bone manipulation. Yeah, I've always wanted to manipulate bones. I guess you can break people's bones with just the mind. I don't know. That sounds bad. If I can manipulate my own bones, I'll never break a bone. Don't want this. Most people say. I don't know. That's a lot. I don't want that. You know what? Lava manipulation. I've never been near lava. I don't think that would be useful at all. Of course, it could be useful in the one situation that you're hiking in Hawaii and there's lava. Um, I think bad. Atmokinesis. If this means controlling the weather, I'm going to put that into fantastic. Never have a rainy day. Cloud manipulation. Oh, yeah, I want to just manipulate this cloud to cover this guy's head. Like, that would be useful. I don't know. Bad. Metal manipulation. I mean, yeah, if you're going to lift a lot of weight, like that's good for the ego lifters, but this is just going to go into the all right section because what are you going to do with metal manipulation? You can manipulate stuff that's metal? Metal only. You get put into a wooden house, like, yeah, you're done. I guess you could break out of jail because it's metal, but if you're put into a wooden jail, then you couldn't. Uh, there's not a lot of uses for that. So that's bad. Enhanced reflexes. Enhanced. You can your reflexes are enhanced. You can just react really quick to stuff. I think that's bad. Crystal manipulation. Like, what would I do with that? Bad. Sand manipulation. I mean, if you go to the beach, you can build sand castles, is what it looks like. I think that's bad. Oh yeah, my power is sand manipulation. Yeah. Dust manipulation. Again, like, what are you gonna do with that? People are putting it into all right. That is bad power. Get out. This is just manipulating different items. Smoke manipulation. This could come in handy if you've ever been camping and the smoke from the fire is going your direction, and then you switch seats, and then the smoke follows you again. So yeah, I'm gonna put this into actually all right. Fear control. So if you can control other people's fear, that's powerful. If you can just never get scared, that's pretty good too. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Memory control. Yeah, that's gonna be god tier. If you just have like photographic memory, um, that would just like that would be super OP. You can learn anything super quick. You just read the whole book once and you know everything. So yeah, god tier. Pain infliction. Ooh, that would be powerful. I mean, like, I don't know how I would use that unless I'm fighting people. But I think that is pretty fantastic. That is like pretty good. Like, if someone's like gonna attack you, you can just give them a tummy ache instantly. I think that's pretty good. Hypnosis. You can hypnotize people. God tier? Nah, hypnosis as a power is just all right. It's not great. What are you gonna do? You're gonna hypnotize people? Come on. Voice mimicry. So this is just ventriloquism. You can train for this. So this might be a bad power. Like, oh, what you can act like a dog and it'll sound like a dog. So I don't even think you need a superpower for that. ISO speed can already do that. I think this is gonna go to bad. Yeah. Regen. Yeah. God tier. This is so god tier. Especially, I mean, if you ever lose a limb, yeah. I mean, just grow it back. Just regenerate it. Time pause. Yeah, this is basically like where do we put the time control? Time manipulation, yeah, but you can only pause. There's nothing else. Just pause button. No fast forward or backward. Fantastic, because there's still stuff better. X-ray vision. If it actually means you have X-ray vision where you just see bones, then yeah, that's pretty bad. But if it actually means you can see through stuff, then yeah, I would say X-ray vision might be a pretty cool power. It's not super OP. It's not bad. It's definitely mid tier, but it could be mid to high tier depending on what it actually means. So, uh, you know what? I'm gonna put it into all right. Thermal vision, that's pretty bad unless you're like, I guess, walking around the woods at night, right? And you can see animals, right? Thermal vision? I don't know. That's bad. Night vision. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Just seeing in the dark. Mirror manipulation. You know what? I don't want this. I've seen too many horror movies. I think that would be weird. Manipulating mirrors? Skin hardening. Eh, bad. All right. All right, fine. It's all right. Venomous touch. All right. A lot of people said I do not want this. I don't know. I think if you can turn it on and off, then it's okay. But we'll let's go. Let's go with the crowd on that one. Possession? Nah, we're good. No thanks. Digital absorption? I'm good. No. Hue shift. Yeah, I want to change colors. No, I don't want to change colors. Why? That's so weird. Yeah, no, I don't want this. Immortality. This is one of those, it's a blessing and a curse. Like, if you can never, ever die, you might regret that. So, I'm going to put that into I don't want that. Blood manipulation? I don't even know what that is. So we will skip that. Conjuration. I mean, if this means that you can just like conjure up hot dogs, yeah, God tier. We're good. There we go. Becoming Spider-Man. Yeah, I think that is well, he wasn't in the Fantastic Four, so maybe not fantastic. It's not God tier. Pretty cool. I mean, what am I gonna do with that? Swing around on webs, shoot web? I think that's just all right. Even though Spider-Man is pretty awesome, so I don't know, it's all right. Heat vision. Oh, so this is basically being Homelander, which is super OP. But I don't know. Think about the everyday uses of heat vision. Like, what are you actually going to use heat vision for? I don't even think it's that useful. So maybe pretty cool. Most people wrote it pretty cool. You could heat up your food. I think it's just all right. It doesn't have a lot of real world uses. Super hearing, it's not that good. Freeze breath, bad. Force fields, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, you can just make a force field. Yeah, you can pay it. I mean, like if someone tries to shoot you, you can make a force field, but you're gonna have to react in time. So I don't know. We put that fantastic. That's good. Combat skills might be god tier. I mean, you can definitely you'll be. It's cheating, but you can win the UFC. But combat, I guess like no one's gonna hurt you because you have god tier combat skills. Again, I'm thinking of like everyday uses for these. So I think god tier. You know what? Fuck it. Healing touch. I mean, yeah, this could be pretty cool. I mean, people are gonna actually think that you're a god. You could probably start charging people for that. So that's a good side hustle. I think god tier is good for that. Shapeshifter, yeah. If you can just if I can like change into an animal, like I don't want a wolf head, but if I can change into a wolf, yeah, that would be awesome. Or if you could change it to an object like in prop hunt, yeah, I think shapeshifter is that's got to. Yeah. Transfiguration, basically turning apples into hamburgers. Yeah, if I could turn grains of sand into hamburgers, yeah, I would never run out of food. So yeah, got to. All right, and that's it. That's the whole list. So um, let me get that on screen here. So here's what we have for God tier. I'm not going to read all of these. There's just way too many to read. Um, I think we have a pretty balanced list here. These are all pretty good powers, except for the ones that are in like the bad and below categories, or maybe all right and below. Because like, come on, you want to be Elastigirl or something? There was a couple that I don't know what they are. So if you know what these are, let me know. Like, what is technomancy? Omniscience. Like, I don't know what that means. But yeah, all these other ones, like, these are pretty good. So that's it. I think this is a pretty solid list.